everybody. I'm just very pleased to see such a good-looking, well-heeled crowd here today. So thanks for showing up. I did want to thank Murad, Jonathan, and Charlie from Era1 for all their hard work and really just butter up the crowd as much as I could right now. Anybody here not feel like I love you yet? I'm here to tell you about Pricing Engine. Pricing Engine is simply improving digital advertising. I'm Jeremy Kagan. I'm the founder and CEO. And it's very simply helping, it's a software service that helps the digital advertiser improve and optimize the advertising they're doing today. It's very simple. If you're using Google AdWords, Yahoo, Bing, Facebook, any of these services right now, you come to our website, you sign up for a free account, you hook up your data, and then you instantly see benchmarks and insights on what you can do better. We tell you where you stand compared to your peers. We tell you how much money you could be saving or how much more money you could be making, or even other channels you could be using to advertise. And I'll walk you through a use case in just a second. First though, let me introduce myself and my partner a little bit more. Yammer, our CTO, spent his last part of his career running technology over at theknot.com. Some of you might have heard of it if you've gotten married or have friends who have. He basically built their APIs, integrated all their data, their e-commerce applications, their mobile applications. He's a jack of all trades who managed to build everything we've got today, and he's really qualified to lead as well as build technology. Myself, my most recent career was over at Sony Music in the global digital business. I've been doing digital for over a decade, and when I was running global accounts over there, my clients were people like Nokia, Sony Ericsson, and other large companies. Previous to that, I was the head of strategy analytics at Motive Media. So I've dealt with these kinds of problems for over a decade, and really thought long and hard about the problems of digital advertising. Part of this is because I'm a professor at Columbia Business School. The lab coat is not just a mistake. I actually teach digital marketing and digital media master classes to MBA students and PhDs up at Columbia. And as you might have guessed, you better be paying attention because there might be a quiz. So, take some notes. Now, first of all, our regular customer is not the smart guys in the room, not the people with a staff of marketers and PhDs figuring out their data, but it's Joe Main Street, the guy out there making a living who's managed to figure out that Google AdWords can improve his business. Millions of businesses out there every day doing this. Businesses like Joe. Joe's a pizza guy. He makes some really good pizza, and he's managed to figure out how to take orders on his website to make a lot of money delivering pizzas. He writes the ads himself, taking time away from his pizza business, and it seems to be working. He's getting a lot of pizzas out the door. But Joe's starting to think, shouldn't I be spending time training my employees, doing the things that pizza guys need to do? Why am I doing all the work here? Because Google seems to be telling me a lot of information, but not a lot of insight. I'm getting a lot of things that are telling me directions to go, but no real idea which one's the best. Well, I could turn to self-service publisher platforms like Google AdWords. That's what I've been using. But lately, they seem to be telling me, hey, bid higher, get more keywords. That's really good for Google if I spend more money with them, but is that really a self-service platform, or is it self-serving? After all, Joe's been thinking, maybe I should try Facebook or something else. Maybe there are more customers out there for me. Well, he could look for a small consultant, but some of these guys are just used car salesmen. And even if they're not, how many clients could they have? How much data could they really compare you to? I mean, maybe a few dozen guys, even the best of them, could share you with. Not thousands and thousands of your peers across the country shared in an anonymous, data-driven way. Well, you could trust your gut, but that's really just shaking the magic 8-ball. We propose a better solution. Let's cut through all the useless numbers and simplify it in a simple, visual, actionable interface that lets you get answers instead of just information. And that's where Pricing Engine comes in. From the minute Joe gets to our website, he sees an inviting, easy to understand website written in plain English, answering questions, giving him an opportunity to try some basic tools that show him the way we think and how we can help him. This one, for example, is a channelizer that tells him what he might expect if he's already advertising on AdWords, and maybe he goes to Bing or Yahoo or Facebook or any one of a number of other possibilities. He's intrigued now, he's a little convinced, so using our free account, he signs up, and in a simple two-step process, he creates an account and hooks up some of his data sources. Immediately, Joe sees a set of questions that answer the stuff he's been thinking about. Where does my budget stand compared to other pizza guys around the country? What's my click-through rate like compared to theirs? How much am I spending? Is it too much or too little? we can tell him right away where he stands. As you can see, he's the blue guys and the dots up there, a little bit of an eye chart here. But you'll see right away we can identify not just how much money Joe could find if he improves to his best day, but also compared to his peers. And this is where he can decide whether to do it himself, or maybe, just maybe, find someone to help him with it. Now, you might say, isn't someone doing this? But the truth is, there's a huge gap in the market. Right now, all the people focused on search optimization and advertising optimization are sitting there on the right side of the screen. They're the ones waiting for you to spend $10,000 a month or more. They charge a lot, and they do a pretty good job. But if you don't want to use them, or you can't afford to use them, you're pretty much stuck with Google AdWords or any of the other self-service platforms out there. Now that's kind of interesting, since 98% of the businesses using Google AdWords spend less than $10,000 a month. Now I don't know about the rest of you, $100,000 a year still seems like a lot of money to me. And since that's where these guys are, we thought that would be a really good gap to fill with Pricing Engine. Now the market itself is almost $20 billion, and it's not going to be shrinking anytime soon. Millions of businesses still are moving online every day. We're initially targeting just the stuff that's served by self-service platforms today, but really the possibilities are limitless. We'll first allow anybody already advertising to take advantage of our platform to do it better, and then we'll work with agencies and white label partners to grow the market further. Now, the good news is there's a free version. The freemium model actually reduces our barriers to entry and allows us to get customers really, really fast. Now, you might say, what about those free customers? Aren't they going to cost you an arm and a leg? You probably don't have enough change in your pocket right now. This is actually about our cost of service for each of these customers. Those of you who've been following along might be saying then, all right, well the user economics sound great. They are. We actually make about $70 per user. That's blended across the free users and the premium users. We do that with premium subscriptions that range from a few $100s a year to a few $1,000s a year. But even the free users can make us money as we get commissions and affiliate fees from referring them to new media channels and partners to help them improve. And you know the cost of service is less than $1. So the next thing you might say is, how do we actually acquire these customers? And the good news is we can do this for less than $10 per user. That's how we turn this little acorn into the mighty oak. And I might be able to tell you this has 2 branches of our marketing platform to get these customers. The first thing we do is we take a targeted approach for advertising. What we do is use our own system to identify low-cost opportunities to bring visitors to the website. And that's how we start getting the users in to build up the database and build the information we need. The second step is to really reach out to the people we've registered and actually get them coming back by identifying opportunities. Every time we think of something, sign up a new customer, a new opportunity for them to partner or use a new media choice. And then finally, we have a content strategy that creates many, many opportunities for people to find us through search and also to share that information through social media distribution. Now I could tell you how we have an amazing financial model and make you a ton of money, but really you just want to know, do we have a big hockey stick? Yes, we do. We also have no holes in our business plan. So what we're here for is to ask you for help getting to that next level. Now we're raising $750,000 seed round, and that's obviously to hire some people to help us build a more beautiful product and make sure the data is all working really well. But what does that mean for you? What this gets us is our first 100,000 users by the end of next year. And a few thousand of those will be paying, and that will get us close to break even. We'll test out all of our customer acquisition costs. We'll test out all the numbers you need to know to make sure we can scale this thing. And that is why we want you to help us grow. And you might be saying to yourself, I know there's a quiz coming, I still don't understand what this pricing engine thing's about. Well, the engine part is thanks to this guy. Charles Babbage was an inventor in Victorian times, and he invented the first computer. It was a mechanical thing he called the difference engine. Unlike this Mac, it's about 5 tons, it has like 8,000 moving parts, but they did build it and it does work. So you, one man, can make a difference, just like our customers. Now the engine part is easy, but the pricing part is just because it's easier than saying, simplify and prioritize evaluation and improvement and optimization opportunities. And it makes for a much easier to remember URL. So, pricing engine, you might say, we're kind of like a Mint, but for Google AdWords. But I know you guys are tired of hearing about Mint.com. We're also a little bit like MailChimp. I mean, with MailChimp, you have small and medium businesses, you've got a freemium business model, but we really have nothing to do with email, so that might confuse you. Some people have even said we're like core metrics. They're all about optimization, benchmarking, and comparing yourself to best practices. But the truth is, we haven't raised $100 million, and IBM hasn't offered to buy us yet, so we're not comfortable with that either. For Frankly, the pricing engine has all the right buzzwords. We're freemium, we're a SaaS big data play, we have a data collective that allows everybody to contribute, makes money off of even the free users. But the bottom line is, we're simply improving digital advertising. We're going to start with the little guys. If you find this to be interesting, and I know you do, please come and talk to one of the nice gentlemen in the white coats. We also have breath mints if you've had too much coffee. Thanks, and let me know if you have any